Right.
So, audio good, recording good.
My audio is good. Recording has started.
I am recording.
We are in the Science Mobile, ready to go.
Okay.
Let's
you
go.
arrive in your Science Mobile into Groundswell. Obviously, being in the exact crossroads of where Hallow Harbor meets the Citadel meets Groundswell. Groundswell itself is this kind of coastal wetland, frequently reveals like buried portions of Old Fair. Because of this has also become like a kind of like touristy zone as well. Not as much as like Hallow Harbor and more high end. This is kind of like more affordable, I guess. And because of all this like wetlands as well, some of the areas are kind of off limits to the public for preservation purposes, and it's also known for its outdoor markets, has a host of all these kind of worldly goods, and and in terms of like some of the kind of points of interest in this place, you'll know of just spoke of the market. It's called the Calinus Market, if I said that correct. Calinus Market, that's spelled Calinus Market, and that contains the largest marketplace in New Fair, to be actually occupying both indoor and the outdoors. Again, kind of more functions more as a tourist attraction. People come to buy and sell everything from art to livestock. And there's also an ancient communal well that sits at, the end of the main thoroughfare, which still actually produces fresh spring water. There's also a well-known place called the Counter Offer. It's like a small pawn shop a few blocks from the market. You own this shop. Not sure if up to you if you want to make a roll about this. Who they are, getting a bit of information about them.
I would like to.
Oh, you would like to? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in this case, let's see. What do I want from y'all? Whoever wants to roll this. This feels like a focus roll. So remember.
Mind if I offer some help again? Just be like...
Yeah, you can. You can give them a little drive.
Yeah, if that's all right.
Yeah? To me?
Yeah.
Are you helping me? Oh yeah, you're going like, oh yeah, you remember when you were a child? I actually have a gilded on this.
Market.
So I take then an extra die,
You
right?
take an extra die? Yeah.
So I have 2, 1 is gilded plus your extra, so 3.
Ooh.
And if I fail, you get a drive back. Yay! Okay, so it's all win here. Okay. Okay, that's I guess this is the critical. That's a success, a full success. Yeah, 6.
6.
Yay!
Fantastic.
Not on the gilded.
So with this, you probably know this, T-Bolt. In terms of like, you'll know it is owned by Edina Renfield, who's originally from Haven Hills and an expert in counterfeit paperwork. There's no identification ticket or signature she cannot create. She is well known in the underground, shall we say, workings of New Fair.
Would I be aware of her?
I think you would. I think you would know of her. You won't know her personally, but some of your friends have probably,
Okay.
I do not run in these circles, therefore I am not aware of this person.
Yeah, you have no idea of this.
9.
And then in terms of there's also the kind of main place that kind of would be of interest to your mission is the Heritage Center. It's a Gaudi tourist trap where they live out reenactments of the old lives of Old Fair. Think like a Renaissance fair inside of a museum kind of events. And They also do these kind of the park after dark haunted tours. They're quite famous actually, and they do like numerous tales of real bodies rising from the grave. And you arrive in Groundswell, parking up not too far away from the said center. And you exit your size mobile. As you exit, what are the kind of first things in your mind? You kind of had a small drive over here, kind of just taking in everything that's just been told to you. It kind of doesn't feel real. It kind of feels, but you're kind of like, I guess we're in this now, and just kind of like, and I think the curiosity, that human curiosity to be like, I want to understand this more, or prove to myself I'm just going a bit crazy, you know, T-bolts, this is a long con, you know, this is, you know, whatever it kind of stirs for you and what for your character as they arrive into this space.
I think I'll be very, very kind of like, they don't really know me, but and normally T-bolt is quite outspoken, and he's really quiet because he's kind of keeps reliving the moment that Jack and him had the accident on the cable car when the rift opens, so he's really traumatized that all those memories are back, and he keeps looking to where Jack is all the time, like, because he's really worried that now that this rift opened, that Jack is gonna disappear again or something like that. So he's really like freaking out still, even though he's trying to keep composure. But having these two new people who he just met, but he feels like he's not alone all of a sudden, is really helping him. So he's kind of like holding on to them, like, and maybe a bit too physical, like you were, Professor, holding Arthur before. He will be a little bit too kind of like out of the saddle, like, you know, putting hands on shoulders and things like that to kind of like find a sense of community quickly.
As Chorus gets out the car with you, she's going to say, right, I'll leave you here to do some investigating. I am going to reconnect with other Lightkeepers and let them know an update of the situation I discovered. And I'll try and regain contact with you if I can.
If we need your help with something, and where can we find you in case we have to? Well, you know where my backlog is at my house, but is it a place where we can find you? If you need to look, we need to look for you or send a message or something.
I'll tell you what. If there's a fallback position, let's fall back to your parlor.
Okay.
We need to fall back. If you need to fall back, I'll meet you back there regardless and wait for you.
Okay. So,
but let me go to my peers and we'll reconvene later.
Just before she leaves,
Yep.
Can I check, do we know that the place that we're supposed to go to is this, whatever you called it, convention center type thing? Or has that not been mentioned? Because if it's not...
No, not particularly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I'd like to ask her where we should start. Where should we start?
Well, just... we've heard rumors around here, so listen. Listen to people. Listen to conversations. Go into places, shop, stores. Try and find out, oh, hey, you know, I heard X, you know, play the idiot. You shouldn't have a problem with that, right?
This will be very difficult for me, but I will try.
How do you have an education?
He says, accidentally choking on his pipe. I will try.
okay. Alright, Miss Corissa, we will see you maybe later on the Eye of Truth. That's how I like to call my establishment, as you all saw on the flyer, the pamphlet, or whatever. But yeah, maybe see you later there.
See you at the Eye of Truth, then.
Okay.
But till then, stay alive.
Alright.
And we'll disappear up towards, like, again, the crossroads towards the Citadel, and then disappear down an alley.
It's good. That's what you did.
Can I
Nice.
mind if I turn to Art and say, the quiet ones are always the clever ones. What are you thinking, sir?
I think it's time to go chat with some folks.
Yeah,
I'll start making my way into just wherever the nearest crowd is, where there's a gathering of people.
Should we
Wow.
divide?
Mhm.
Yeah. Split the party. Should we just so we can listen to more things around? Should we split?
I think so. I think gather information and then
Okay.
David, would you mind
Well-
giving giving us a rundown of like some of the main places again, or some of the main things going on?
Yeah, of
Because you
course. I
mentioned-
mean, the main market is there for you to see, is the most renowned, and it is in its kind of night phase at the moment. Obviously, you just to give the kind of time of the day, you would have done the seance in the evening, add that little extra spook factor, and then it's still the evening, but it's still quite busy. Some of the pubs and everything is still open nearby. There's like nighttime trading of different kind of goods, maybe the stuff that you don't usually get to see in the daytime, only for those special customers, and of course certain services, as T-Bolt knows, may be acquired at this time.
I will check the alcoholic establishments.
Yeah, I think maybe it'll be good to check out. I could check the communal well and maybe the heritage center as well. Those two places. See if some of the tourists are speaking things that tourists they normally gossip between each other. I could go there to these two places if it's okay with everyone.
Divide and listen.
We can reconvene in I'll take out my pocket watch. Maybe like an hour here. Would that be sufficient time?
Yeah.
I want to just go to like the nearest crowd. I don't want to go in anywhere particular. I just want to listen to people.
Okay, absolutely. So the market is the closest place to do that. And then T-Bolt's going to, first of all, go to the communal well, and then followed by the Heritage Center. And of course, the Professor is going to the closest pub.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's start with yourself, Art. When you go into this marketplace, you can see all these kind of in these markets, all the good silver, all these kind of different types of tobaccos, all the kind of nighttime goodies are out at the moment. Is there anything you're looking out for specifically, or trying to hear for specifically?
I feel like this is a place that I would have some previous experience in.
Yes.
So I guess I'm looking for anything that seems off from what I usually know. And then I'm gonna drift over there.
Right. You head over there, and you kind of just see people trying to sell off their wares, kind of still calling, still quite lively for this time of the evening, the witching hour. And you kind of come across two vendors, kind of not really selling. They're in kind of a conversation at the moment, as and if you want to, you can attempt to try and catch some of this conversation as they talk in not hush toned, but amongst all the noise as well.
Well, first, can I?
That's one of the things that sticks out to you. But if there's anything else you're looking for in particular, then
Can I get a read on them first and just see what
of
kind
course. Let's go for a read roll then.
And I'll chuck a drive into this as well, I think.
Ooh, fantastic! All right.
4.
A mixed success. In terms of again, it's just getting a read of them, not necessarily hearing the conversation, but it's about kind of getting a sense of what they're talking about. In terms of mixed success, you don't see anything too out of the ordinary, but what you do see is they've got this look in your faces of like a perplexity, like they're just like looking at and then kind of looking around outside of the market, within the market. They're just it's like they're trying to look out for something. but it is this case of like they are kind of have this confused. They talk a bit, you know. You see them turn their heads, you know, and kind of like inquisitive-looking faces, asking each other questions about something. And that's kind of what you get from this read. This kind of body language kind of thing.
What are they selling? What's the like stall that they have?
Oh, so the stall they kind of have is kind of one of them's kind of nighttime wear, you know, for like night parties, you know, functions and stuff like that. While the other one is kind of like artisan-y, kind of molded like ornaments and stuff like that. It looks like artisan, like handcrafted, like welded and into these kind of things that would keep you something arty that you buy for your house that you then try and pass off to people from the citadel who's just next door, you know, who come through the market and try and buy them for their house and stuff like that.
I'm gonna go over and start looking at the art stuff.
Absolutely.
And just trying to listen if they're still talking. Or,
just pretending like you're browsing and not actually,
I'm just
more
browsing.
listening. Absolutely. So some of the conversation you catch as you're kind of perusing, they kind of just not in a selling mode right now. They're not even trying to sell you anything at this point. They're kind of, you can hear them and they go like, you hear them like, honestly, I told you I saw them like down here. Like, it's weird that they're down here. I don't, do you ever see them over here? It's like, no, they're usually up at the, in the strive line. You know, I don't know why they're here. It's a kind of weird place for them. You think they would care about any of this kind of stuff? I mean, it's a far way to come just to be here and not buy anything.
They never mention who.
No.
I'm gonna turn to.
But you hear the Shrive line, and I'll say you'll know the Shrive line, like the district itself. This is where a lot of the families and the groups of the Ascendancy, which you'll know because it's the main religion of New Fair. And that's where a lot of the religious going types live and operate out of. It's like the religious hub of New Fair, which is on the other side of New Fair compared to Groundswell.
Okay. So I know that it's a long way.
Yeah, and you know the kind of people that are based around there.
Okay. So I'll turn to these kind vendors. And I'll say, oh, those religious types, they're not into your kind of stuff. They don't do much of the tourism. Pretty typical, huh?
You heard some of that, did you? Yeah, no, it's kind of strange. They don't. I mean, they might buy some of the kind of more arts and craft, it's got kind of stuff like that. Nothing too fancy, but yeah, definitely not here for the tourism. They're not the kind of type that are like, have the kind of fun we like to have, especially with, we like a good drink around here. We like to hang out and have a good time around here. Yeah.
Say, how much are you selling these for?
How much you got?
Ain't that the question? I was wondering, what else you sell? You sell a little, sell that knowledge? That's all?
He kind of goes a bit like, And why would, I don't know, why would you be, kind of information looking for, buddy?
Well, I mean, and I'll pick up one of the art pieces and kind of look it over. You know, this is quite a beautiful piece that he made here, but I've been hearing some rumors that there have been some strange goings on around here, maybe related to those religious folks, and I'd really love to know a little more. Maybe pick me up something nice along the way.
All right. Well, if you buy it, you're more than welcome. Maybe I'll impart some local gossip to you.
Sounds good to me. Maybe we can do some kind of a deal, and I'll try and sway him.
Okay.
Do me a good deal. I've no idea what the currency is.
It's called
Whatever
bills,
that is.
and you can say you have it on you as gear.
How is it called? Actually, I was thinking.
It's called bills.
Bills, yeah.
And then the coins are just like, gold, bronze, silver coins, but the currency is bills.
Okay.
New fair bills. Yeah.
I will chuck a drive in, and I'll try and sway this person to give me some
Absolutely.
information.
Absolutely.
I already have a couple in sway, so this is quite loaded. Right, let's go.
Fire all cylinders.
5.
5. Mixed success. So with that he goes, okay. I'll tell you what. Those Ascendancy folk have been hanging around near the Heritage Center. Don't know what they're looking for. And in terms of these things, people have been talking about seeing bright flashes of light and then, I don't know, like cloud looking like things kicking around, causing a ruckus. Not like I've seen anything like that. I think it's just a couple of people have too much to drink.
You wouldn't happen to know where to find these people, would you?
Well, as I say, they're been hanging around the Heritage Center recently.
I understand. This is quite a beautiful piece.
Oh, thank you. So, you buying it?
I think I just did.
Alright. And yeah, you can exchange any kind of currency and everything just to buy your information.
We will go with a currency.
A currency, bills, yes.
One money, please.
One money, please. One money, please. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Money for you, sir. And one shiny thing you don't know what it actually is because art abstract, right? And you take whatever you don't even know what you bought. And it's like, yes,
It's not real.
And you, I assume you're gonna make your way to the Heritage Center.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. In the meanwhile, talking about the nightlife, Professor,
Hello.
what you doing in the pub?
Well, yeah, I think he's going to walk into the pub.
Yeah.
And he's going to take a moment just to survey.
Yep.
I would take it. You said it was in the evening, sort of late night, so it's probably a fair amount of hubbub. Is that a fair thing to say?
Yeah. Fair to say.
I think then, he's just taking it in, trying to listen about, and he's just going to walk up to the bar, order himself. Ooh, is he going to drink? I'm going to roll for myself to see if he's going to drink. Well, that was a yes. So, order himself a beer.
Well, the server's we got the best autographs in this side of New Fair. Autographs, for those who don't know, is basically the go-to beverage here in New Fair. Everybody drinks it. Tastes awful, but ayo.
Well, I shall take one of those.
Absolutely. She goes around, just kind of goes over to the barrel, pours some wax on it, and you exchange monies. monies, and you have your pint in your hand, and you kind of just survey and have a little sip in your pint.
Is there like either a barkeep of some sort?
The one you just spoke to.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're behind.
That was the one that served you.
Cool.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
behind the bar, are they?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, the one who knows all the gossip, all the goings on, more than anyone else, is the person doing the serving that's not drinking. They're going to hear everything a lot more than everybody else is.
Oh yeah, people have loose lips.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't know this, Dave.
No.
You've never done anything like that.
No.
So I think he's more interested in the conversation with this person, and then we'll see how it goes. If it ends up he needs to go and talk to other people, he will. But yeah, first of all, I think he's going to talk to this person, just try and see what information he can get from them.
Alright. Goes like, are you on another? Are you even finished your first one yet?
My God, I just received the first one. Give me a few minutes, but I would just like to ask you, as he's sort of sipping slowly, tiny sips. I have not been to this place for a very long time. I am hearing some of the rumors of some strange going-ons, and I would be interested. Have you heard anything about this?
Oh, you got a lot of people like talking about like I know what you're trying to say. It's usually people who've had too much to drink, in my opinion.
Sometimes the people who drink too much are the ones who tell the truth.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, hearing things like bright lights, but stuff like that. But I think it's just people knocking themselves out and seeing the light. But I don't know. The only thing that's like trying to push light is, well, let's be honest. Don't know if you saw them coming in. I mean, they stay clear of here. The Ascendancy. They've got a few of their folk kicking around.
Are they dangerous?
Wouldn't. No, I don't think so. They're not. Them religious types. They ain't. I don't think they're violent.
And are they in here today?
No, they don't. They don't kind of come in here. They kind of avoid our type of establishments. You know what I'm saying?
Well.
Yeah. But they've they kind of set up some sort of a shop or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they call them. They probably have their own thing for it. I don't know. But they've been going to the Heritage Center as a kind of small kind of like mini base because they come from other side of the city. I tell you. But they've been talking about a site they found out, just adjacent of. Mm-hmm. But they're kind of as one of these kind of we're the I don't know if you know, but I noticed that some of these we're kind of like a wetlands kind of thing. Some places get flooded, some places off limits. They're kind of like sanctuaries or whatever. You can't part of reserves and stuff like that. Don't touch this. It's to be pristine and it's site of old fair or heritage and stuff like that. But so there's some areas us normal folk can't go to, but apparently the Ascendancy can.
Well, you mentioned the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone in here who has seen these lights?
Oh, all these people see lights, honey.
Okay. I tip her 2 money. And
I told you it was Veldy. You're like, no, it's monies now. It's 2 monies now.
And I'm going to head over to
Yeah.
a table of people who seem a bit more loud, sort of raucous, but not violent, just like having a good time,
Yeah.
if that's all right.
Absolutely. You're more than welcome to.
Cool.
Plenty of tables like that around here. So you're more than welcome to go up to one of them. And what is the energy you're bringing, good professor?
Hopefully friendly. We'll see how that goes. And I'm just gonna, like, politely, may I take this seat?
No.
Oh, das ist very sad. I would like to talk to my fine fellows. I am new to this area.
Oh, I guess welcome, but we're, I mean, there's nowhere for you to sit. It's a full house right now. So I would give you a seat, buddy, and, I mean, if you're looking for drinking buddies, you're more than welcome to join us, but,
This is good. This is good.
yeah.
In fact, the barkeep, a round of drinks for my new friends.
Oh, we like this guy!
Hey!
As you get another round of drinks.
And I give her 150 money.
It's loaded.
No, no, I'm only kidding. And so, yeah, my hope is sort of ingratiate myself. To begin with, it's just going to be like general banter. My hope is to just get a little bit into this group and maybe get them to say the thing that it's quite obvious and nobody actually wants to say, which is, after hopefully a bit of this happened, and I assume you want me to roll to see if that happens.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna say, because you've set the scenario,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is going to be
Sway?
a sway.
Sway.
But I will allow you to roll an extra die.
Oh, that gives me 3. And I only have 2 on me, so I'm going to have to roll another one again. Okay, highest was a 5.
That was 5. Success. So with that, they're kind of like having a good time. It's like, Professor Curtis Riggs, and it's like, and having they're kind of rougher housing. You're like, you're like,
My glasses go slightly askew.
and I mean, you see, as you're you see one of them kind of looking a bit kind of like not joining in. They're kind of looking a bit kind of downtrodden. They're drinking with the rest, but it's kind of like their mind is elsewhere.
Okay. And with that, I'm gonna pop an arm around this person. Mein Freund.
Hi.
Hello. You seem a little distracted. What is on your mind, my good friend?
And they go, sorry, I don't mean to be a downer. I'm sorry.
That is fine. That is fine. We all have these days. But you seem like you have something you want to say.
Well, we're all out drink, but it's not. The others put a good face on. I'm a bit, maybe, I don't know, too honest with my feelings. But we actually lost a friend recently.
My God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear this.
Yeah, he kicked the bucket. But he did the kicking.
Ah. Well, he's through the gates of Valhalla now.
What? What's Valhalla?
I don't know where that came from. The great...
Are you a cultist?
Nine, the great place in the sky. What happened to my friend? What happened that he met such a untimely end?
Well, you went to... I can't believe I'm telling a complete stranger this.
Yeah,
I mean, people are gonna eventually know, some already do, to join the rest of the rumors. He went into one of the parts of the wetlands and wasn't even that deep. But for some reason he just laid down and drowned himself.
This is a sad state of affairs. Did he ever give any reason for why he would do such a thing?
No, he's one of the happiest guys around. This is kind of... The shot came out of nowhere, and it's like... I mean, it's weird to do it where he did it as well. You would think he would have gone to Alahar and just got a rock and just threw that into the glass sea, but... This was strange choice for someone to pick, and someone who was so vibrant.
And how is it strange?
Well, I think he was the last one to try and kill himself. In fact, he was very against that. He would tell us off for it, like, if we felt down his arm, and I'm like, oh, you better, like, he was one of those people. For him to do it seems so... which I can't get my head around. And he kind of just, like, sinks his head into his hands again, takes a big old gulp, puts his head back down again, head into his hands. He's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
Sometimes the mind struggles to deal with things. And this is okay. But mein Freund, I would be interested to know if there's anything that happened to your friend before his untimely demise.
Well, it was one of our drinking nights, and one of our friends said he saw a flash of light because he was trying to find him. The fucking idiot was, like, you know, drunk off his fucking... And we lost him, and then... and then our friend found him. After... Like... So he's so... Before he saw like... But, you know, to be honest, I think he was at his tree.
Or did he say anything about this light?
Just that it was bright.
The light which was bright.
And we cut from there. And we go to T-Bolt. T-Bolt, you are currently making your way to the communal well. But before you do that, you can see their robes. You can see members of the Descendancy going to the top of the steps to meet another one of their colleagues in front of the Heritage Center.
As I see them, the first things that will come to my mind is all these memories of my father telling me how my relationship was impure. Why did I choose a husband? What about the father, the mother, and the child, and all these things, and all these memories of how severe and how punishing, and how see even myself kind of like praying for redemption and absolution, and all this kind of sense of guilt for being who I am and having no choice. And I'll keep looking at their robes and kind of like, in a way, pity them for how hard their choices in life are, even though I do believe them being out there and the ascendancy and what it means to be religious and all that. But kind of like I keep looking at them, it's judgment on my face, kind of like even instinctively, without even wanting, I will say whatever phrase they use, you know, how you say like like to recognize that you are also a believer to them, to see how they react to me, like blessed be the child or whatever, or blessed be the father. I'm not sure what will exactly be the...
And you're going to say this when you go up to them?
Yeah, just when I pass by.
And with you?
I've seen... I don't want to meta games. I wouldn't know. I don't know. Damn it. Okay, I really want to ask them why so many.
Push it down. Push it
of
down.
them. Yeah, I know, right?
But as you say that, they kind of just say it in passing, but they kind of continue. Actually, they walk past you, and they actually they met at the top of the steps to meet another individual who seems to kind of be a bit more of an authoritative figure, and kind of walks down the stairs and then past the Heritage Center and kind of off to the side of it as if they're going to go to the back, and then kind of like peter off into the kind of opposite direction, away from the building, as they kind of go amongst the kind of preserved ruins and disappear around the corner.
I'll be kind of spotting that, also quite scared to maybe potentially see my father, Pastor Armand de la Croix, that is a believer and a holy father of a church congregation. So I'll be kind of like thinking, I hope my father is not gonna be here. So I'm kind of like focused on all the different figures I see, and I guess I'll realize them going towards this suspicious behavior of them kind of vanishing into the ruins. So I'll kind of like maybe try, I'm not very good at this, but I'll kind of like try to be as unconspicuous as possible and try to follow them around without making myself also at this point I will have fixed my mustache, so I will have dyed it black again, because I will be quite aware of it at some point. So before
is at this point the rest of your circle joins you.
Okay, so I'll say,
they see you kind of peering down, looking to see where these guys have gone.
Yeah, what is Pastor? Guys, I saw that. Have you noticed there is quite a lot of wearing of the robes of the ascendancy around, and I just saw a few of them just disappearing towards those ruins over there, just vanish into nothingness. What did you guys find out? I wasn't very successful on my investigation.
Well, the drunkards, they're very fun. But also they mentions the ascendancy, they also mentions a man who has seen and light, and who later decided no longer to live. This is strange. The light does not stop you from living.
Similar to the one we saw outside my doorstep, right? He took his own life. Right?
Yeah, I would say. Bless you. Sorry. I would say.
Oh no, he's dying!
I would say.
We have two members.
I would say this is not a coincidence.
This seems very suspicious. Did you find anything as well?
Much the same. Also, Professor, I got you a gift. And I'll give him the art piece.
It is what I've needed for my experiments.
Something who knows what it is.
You're a natural scientist. What are you using that for?
Do you know what it is? It's the new hood ornament for the Science Mobile is what it is.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Love it. Okay, you can come up with an actual what this thing looks like later in a later session. If you live. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, I was coughing there. So, excuse me, let me clear my throat.
I will actually take a second if you're okay with that. GM? Is that GM? How we say?
Yeah,
GM or GM? Yeah. I will kind of pull out my arcane text to see if I find anything to do with light or anything like that, like some kind of like description of the phenomenon. So I'll be looking. I pull out this black book that is got like a embossed face of an old man that looks like a kind of with beard and mustache, and he's got his face embossed on the book almost like in a face of pain, like he was screaming. And I'll start going through the book and see if I find something talking about bright light, suicidal behaviors.
Absolutely. This is one of your abilities, isn't it?
I'm just using my gear.
You're just using this is a gear
text,
item. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, in this case, you can add an extra die to this roll.
Ooh,
I'm going
nice.
to say this is going to be a focus roll because analyzing your
Oh,
text.
nice. Okay. And I have an extra die, so that will be nice. So that will be 3 die, and one of them will be a gilded. Okay, amazing. And I will try to analyze this book and look through the pages. Yay! Okay, that's a full success again.
Oh!
Yeah, on the gilded, so I get my
On the
drive back.
gilded.
Yay!
Whoa!
Okay.
That's like not 20, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys, you get the drive back.
Yeah, that's the only drive I
You
spare.
get a critical success. So with that, you will know that there is something in relation to. It's very loosely connected, though. Even with that critical success, it's very loosely connected to breath binding. And for those who don't know what breath binding is, including our audience, breath binding is like a funeral rite which people do. And even in the last Great War and the wars before, even soldiers would even risk their own lives to cover their comrade's face like this. And it was a sign to try and stop the soul evil entities entering the dead vessel of their friends. And if you wanted to insult your enemies in their graves, you do it uncovered and I believe face down in their graves. Which you treat your enemies as such. And these are the kind of funeral rites of Newferrent.
Yeah, I will straight away. My mind will go to to that moment once again when I tried to get Jack, my husband, into the breath binding position, but my leg was trapped on the debris and I wasn't able to. And as I was describing, I saw his soul leaving, and I would look for the shadow of Jack to see if he's nearby.
So there is definitely a loose connection to breath binding and kind of
bright light.
The superstitions behind it. Yes.
So that's what they see when their soul leave the body. They will see this bright light. I imagine that's what something like that it would say, right?
Maybe.
I'm just trying to fetch here. I'm sorry, pushing the DM.
Not.
Inside check on the DM.
No, of course. No.
Okay.
But maybe,
All right.
maybe it's the same thing. Maybe it's not.
All right.
In terms of nobody really knows. Let's be honest. It's a superstition after all.
Yeah, of course.
Nobody actually knows if any, but this is based on, funnily enough, belief.
I'll be a bit cheeky now, and I'm gonna push the DM a little. I'm gonna get my locket out, my bleed detector, kind of open, look at the two pictures inside. There is one of me and one of my husband, and kind of like look for his shadow. And I'll ask him as I'm looking at the picture, like muttering to myself, "Did you see the bright light when you chose to stay here with me?"
The shadow is not by you, but what it is by is where those ascendancy folk just disappear around the corner from, as if to beckon you to follow.
Yeah, so as I have the locket out, I'll try to do a sense roll to see if I detect bleed kind of on that direction, or kind
Absolutely.
of like, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. Roll a sense.
So this will be an extra die because my special ability, I'm extending my senses, so I'm kind of like will close my eyes and try to figure out if this is related to the phenomenon that we've encountered, and then add a die there, so that'll be 3 die. And oh no, that's a 333. Yep, so that's a failure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, not sure. Yeah. It could be. It might not be. You don't know if this is just emotion.
Yeah. But I'll share with my companions about the bright light and potentially being connected to the breath binding ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
This reminds me of a funeral song from my home country. The song goes like this.
Oh God.
Don't worry, I won't actually sing it. The words are as such. There are lights will guide me home und ignite mein bonds. And I will try to fix you. Does any of this help?
That's not a question for me.
That's a cold play, man.
I love it. I'm loving that. That was so good. Actually. Yeah.
I assume you sing this song as you're
Hell yeah.
walking along.
Music that we
Eventually,
definitely cannot use.
no.
Due to
Yes, I
copyright.
know. Yes, and
Right.
you
To take
are
a peek.
led by T-Bolt as they follow the shadow of their husband. Eventually, you are led to outside a mound of a kind, made of stone. And there is a kind of very almost chunky cut out entrance. And there are two members of the Descendancy outside of said entrance. The other one is not there. You saw three go through. The two are guarding. The other one, nowhere to be seen. And your shadow is hovering near the entrance.
I will mention that sage. I don't know if this is a practice that we should follow, but I trust Jack a lot. I've spoken enough about him already, like all the time. So I guess you will guys know that I'm talking about the shadow when I say that. And should we?
Yeah, you're currently outside, out of earshot, but you can see them.
What is the area like? So there's two of them. There's a singular door to this mound.
That you can see at the moment. There's also, remembering this is kind of, this whole area of Groundswell is very wetland, so it's very kind of boggy. It's not flooded around here per se, but it's very boggy and marshy around here, with a bunch of random ruins poking out everywhere, or just random rocks. It's very kind of like, you can see these remnants of old New Fair being poking out the ground, and because of the waterlogged base and things are coming up to the surface, and these are how some of these things have been found and used as, like, again, talking about these funny, like, park in the dark and all these sort of things, and all of these kind of preserved areas.
Okay.
So that's kind of what the scene looks like here. And this one's like in a like a small clearing of all these ruins. There's still ruins everywhere, but it's like a Pacific mound of stone or crumbled ruin. But it looks like a entrance has been made. As I said, it doesn't look natural. It looks like kind of like broken into.
Okay. So the implication is that they made the entrance and there isn't another available entrance.
That you can see from where you are currently.
Okay.
You can always try and look for an alternative if you want.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to have a look and see if we can see an alternative entrance.
Absolutely. In this case, and I suppose you want to do the sneaky.
Yes. I would
So
like
in
the
this
sneaky.
case, I'll make you do a hide roll as you go to try and find an alternative. This is kind of a mix. I'm allowing this to also be so you can find something, not necessarily you're looking like a focus roll or something like that or anything like that. This is purely just to try and do the thing you're wanting to do, but do it stealthily if you don't want to be seen.
Okay.
All right, so please roll me a hide.
I will hide.
How important is this to happen? It's a very high stakes. I might use one
This
drive
is
to help
a
him.
relatively, it's not high stake rolls. Yeah, thank you for saying that. So in this case, this is just a standard stake roll. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be violent towards you or anything. They might just go, if you fail this, they might just go, hey, what the hell are you doing here? Leave.
Do you need help, Arthur? Well, this is more to kind of like Josh question. Arthur, do you need help? Are you okay on?
No, it's
height?
okay. I think
Okay.
I think it's okay because I would just go, like, part of my strategy would be, if there isn't another entrance, to just go and talk to them.
Yeah.
So I want to hide for the purpose of, if there maybe is a next thing where we could just sneak in and not be seen, then that would be great. But if not, plan B is...
Yeah.
Maybe-
I would say mixed success 4 to 5, that you're able to potentially see something, be able to sneak to it. A critical success means you can help the others succeed automatically.
Maybe I could just try to check about the body language of the people in the door. Is it like, don't get near here?
Yeah, you can
or
do
is
a
it
read roll
more
before
like
Josh does this,
like-
yeah?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
just
do a
to
read
see.
roll if you want.
Alright.
Yeah. And then we'll do the hide roll.
Okay, I only have one die here, no disadvantage, but just one. That is a 6. Yay!
Ooh,
Okay,
critical success.
Yeah.
You see these guys are not at the moment aggressive, but they're definitely guarding. So they're not going to just let any old Joe go by. They can imagine sometimes, because it's not too far from the Heritage Center, there might be a random person that walks by and they'll like, move along, business of the Ascendancy maybe. They're not brandished, there's no weapons you can necessarily see. They're trying to be subtle at the same time.
So I'll communicate it with Art to make it easier for him. So yeah. Look very, very hostile. I'm sure they don't see you snooping around.
Okay. So I'll go and sneaky sneak.
Sneaky, go roll
Little
your hide.
scout. Okay.
Yeah.
That is 4 on the gilded.
4 on the guild, mixed success. You're able to find, there's like it's like on the back of this mound, there's like a crack enough, it really looks tight, but all of you could probably get into it. But right now you manage to get to the back of this, they don't see you, you kind of find this and you're like, okay, I think they're here. The only problem is you need to try and get the other 2 over here now.
Okay.
So you found your quarry, it's about getting the rest of your party there now.
Okay. Well, I'll firstly try and make eye contact with the other 2 from my vantage point. There, so just beckon them over. Just, signal that there's something here.
Yeah.
Say to the professor, I think he's either signing to us or he's saying hello to someone. He must be looking to us, more like telling us to come, right?
Yeah, I would say this is probably for us. I do not see the other people around here. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Let's go.
I'm there going.
Oh, okay, maybe we should try to be stealthy, but I'm not. You realize that as I try to be stealthy, I got like one of those heels that is a bit too high to like compensate with. Yeah, so it's kind of gonna be clacking around because I don't have any height. But sure, let's try to stealth as
Didn't
well.
get your outdoor heels.
Yeah, I got the flamenco heels.
Brilliant. And I'm wearing my tap dancing shoes, so this could be.
Oh dear.
Oh God! In that case, if you're gonna try and stealth, I will need hide rolls from both of you.
Wow. You know what?
I will tell you, it's still normal stakes, but obviously, fail, they see you and be like, what the hell are you doing here? Leave. Mixed success, you kind of get there and they go, well, you get there, but there's going to be a consequence to this, as if they might hear you trying to get through the alternative entrance and you have to get in quick.
Okay.
And there might be a roll required to try and rush. Right now, because it's a squeeze, if you did it slowly and surely, you'd be able to get through, but if you there might be issues that happen there. Critical success from anyone, you get there, no problems at all.
Okay.
And you can get through.
To mitigate the possibility of us both getting caught, I'm going to take a different route to
Okay.
to what Tibble does.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so like if one of us gets caught, the other one might not.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe even though I'm not too intelligent, I might think that it might work to maybe create some kind of distraction. So I'm gonna pick a little pebble from the floor and maybe throw it in a different
Okay.
direction. That is not either direction I'm going or the professor, and kind of like distract the people in the door, maybe potentially.
Oh, right. Again, yeah. Again, that's you could do. What I could say then, if this is what I'm interpreting, that you're gonna help the professor get through first, and then you'll come
Okay.
in separately.
All
So you
right.
still
Yeah.
need hide rolls because
Okay.
distract is part of hide.
So I'll,
So
I'll
if you're gonna
burn
do,
a drive.
yeah.
Out of
So
my
you're gonna do
tool.
a distract action. You're gonna do a sneaky sneak action,
Alright.
Professor. All right.
Yeah.
Both of you roll hide.
Because that's a help, do I get 2 or do I? Because I've got 1 in it. I take it I would just get 1. I'm just double checking.
I tell you what. Roll the distract. T-Bolt, you roll first. If successful, so with the distract on 1 to 3, I'm gonna say, like, you give yourself away. 4 to 5 mixed success, you do achieve it, but they do hear the sound come from you, but they can't see you. But you succeed your extract.
Okay.
A critical success, you're able to do it. They don't know where that pebble's come from, and also, the professor gets in there. Easy done.
Okay. So I have 2 drives on cunning. I won't be getting them back because I don't have any gilded, but I'm gonna burn them both. So I will
Okay.
burn 1 for myself to actually make my hide roll not a
Fantastic.
disadvantage. And then if I'm successful on that, I will burn the other one to
Absolutely
help
no
the
problem at
professor.
all. And I'll even say with that, if it's a critical success, it'll be a total of 2 extra.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the one you're giving him and the one you'll get if you do a successful distract.
All right. So
Yeah.
full success. Yeah.
That's with a full success.
Okay,
Otherwise,
okay.
it's just the drive you give him.
Come on, hide. All right, coming up. 1 die. Oh, that's a 5. That's a mixed success.
Yeah. So you definitely managed to distract. Throwing. Was it you were throwing just like a pebble or something like
I
that?
will imagine being there like a kind of like an old structure, like a ruin. So there will be like pieces of pebbles and stuff like that. I'll throw
Exactly.
something like that.
Fantastic.
Like
You
a
do so.
little rock.
And it clanks, and they're like, "What was like?" Go to look at that, Professor. However, they do get a sense of where it's thrown from. We'll come back to you in a second.
Oh dear.
So, Professor, you will get only 1 die to this.
No problem.
Extra die on top of what you have.
Cool.
Burn my 2 drives then.
I got a 6.
Critical success. You get there, no problem. The distraction definitely helped. And you get there and you meet up with Arthur. However, we now come to the 2 ascendancy guards going towards the sound of, or the sense of where they think the sound. They find this pebble and they're like, "Oh, I think someone's here." And so it's like, I think if it's must be coming over there. And they start heading your way. They haven't seen you yet, but they have a sense or a intuition that this has been thrown. Someone is here. We feel they're in this general direction. What would you like to do?
For a minute